While talking about terror threats, Kenya is also grappling with an increase in attacks against civilians in the country's northern coast. The Somali militant group al-Shabaab has claimed responsibility, but Kenyan officials have at the same time blamed the violence on local groups. For more on the challenges Kenya is facing, we're joined by Amina Mohammed, Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and International Trade. Madam Secretary, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, first, let's start by getting some clarity on this issue here. Is Kenya dealing with two forms of threats, external and internal?
Well, thank you very much for having me here. As you know, this comes at a time that we've just concluded both the festival at the Smithsonian and a very successful investment conference. So we are extremely delighted to be here in Washington. First of all, on the war against terrorism. For us, I think that is always been the bigger threat. It is the one that is unpredictable, not just in Kenya, but all over the world. I think there have been attacks, across the world, from here to Europe, to Asia, to even in some cases in the older days, Latin America.
Yeah.
So basically that is the one that has posed the biggest threats, but it also has of late been able to recruit from amongst our own youth in some parts of the country. And therefore it's becoming relatively, I think, difficult to be able to look at the threats and at least the conflict that has been, the crimes that have been committed at the Kenyan coast without thinking of the linkages that they may be
between local and the
between the local and the external. And what we're doing right now is carrying out thorough investigations. As you know, we have a huge security apparatus that has moved from other parts of the country to the Lamu county region, and that's basically to ensure that we leave no stone unturned.
Yes.
And we look at.
Talk about investigations. Most people I speak to say the country has been conducting investigations for a long time, but these attacks just keep happening. And some get the sense that perhaps the government doesn't have a handle on this issue. What is the problem?
Oh, no, we have a handle on it. We have a handle on it. I think just the fact that we've been able to prevent a huge number of attacks in the recent past is evidence that we're getting much better at it than we were before. And before, obviously, we were just as unprepared as every part of the world. You remember after 9/11, I mean, there was a lot of thinking that had to go into how to look at these attacks and how to prepare better for them and how to prevent them better and how to deal with them once they occurred. And it involved coordinating government efforts across the board, getting a mechanism that could create coherence so that issues that arise with the different levels, if you like, of security agencies doing different things and reporting to different arms of government, that would stop, and we could get a mechanism that would be able to coordinate all the activities of the security agencies.
How about those who are saying perhaps it's time to just get out of Somalia, because the reason why you're being attacked by al-Shabaab is because Kenya is in Somalia? Is there any compelling reason that the country needs to continue being there?
We were attacked before we went into Somalia. In 1998, we had the attacks on the American embassies in Nairobi. We were not in Somalia. We weren't. We were not even thinking of going to Somalia. And the only time we actually decided to go in was when we felt that our economic and our security interests were threatened. When al-Shabaab elements came into, again, the same coastal region and started abducting our tourists and taking them hostage. And when piracy got to a level where maritime transport was threatened around our region. So we went in because we felt that our survival as a country was at stake.
And now, talking about
but
survival.
we were attacked again. We were attacked before we went into Somalia.
Yeah. But now the country's economy seems to be really at stake. Being a Minister of International Trade, how challenging is this now in trying to attract people to come into the country and do business with Kenyans?
Well, you know, if you were at the investment conference that has just concluded, you'd see that, in fact, yes, there was a little bit of concern about security, and I think potential investors wanted to know what the government was doing, and were able to tell them that almost 10% of our budget this year is dedicated to, you know, basically making sure that we recruit more security agents. You know, but also we get the right equipment and mechanisms in place to deal with this, including vehicles for patrols, including night vision goggles, including all that kind of stuff that you need to actually be able to fight some of these elements.
Thank you. You know what? We'll continue this conversation when you come back here soon. Madam Secretary, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, Amina Mohammed is Kenya's Cabinet Secretary for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade.